2022 wasn't the beginning of Walt Disney's descent into woke-tardness, but it was the year the media giant fully came out of the weirdo, pedo, groomer woke closet. From the legendary character emasculations of She-Hulk and Thor, Love and Thunder, to the variety of children's movies pushing LGBTQ ideology, Disney decided to go all in. Unfortunately for their shareholders, that wasn't exactly a winning strategy. Well, apparently, the company had its worst year since 1974, seeing $120+ billion in value just wiped out. Just to be one of the cool kids in the proverbial corporate lunchroom, I guess. This from the DiscernReport.com. According to the report, Disney lost 44% of its market value in 2022 and is showing no signs of changing its corporate direction, despite recent changes in management. The losses resulted in a staggering total of $123 billion worth of B being wiped from Disney's market value in 2022 alone. Now, two stereotypical run-of-the-mill responses will be offered here by supporters of Disney, or as I like to call them, pedophilia enablers. The first obvious one will be that other media companies also had a rough time in 2022, and that's somewhat true, though the level by which Disney did appears to be a lot more than just a little unique. Yet still, isn't the entire point of picking a corporate direction to outperform other companies? If Disney's aggressive woke bend didn't do that, but actually resulted in the opposite, then that's an indication of that direction, is it not? That's especially true, given that there were several clearly non-woke, non-Disney properties that did amazingly well in 2022. Movies like Top Gun Maverick and the series Yellowstone come to mind. Now this brings me to the second response we'll get, which is pretty much the response to everything that leftists don't like, which is that anyone who criticizes Disney's wokeness is just a misogynistic bigot who can't handle protagonists being anything but straight white males. But that's not true at all, though. Let's take Kenobi as an example. The problem with the show wasn't just that Reva was given a lead role, though a series focused on Obi-Wan Kenobi probably should have focused on, Obi-Wan Kenobi? The problem is that they wrote Reva's character to satisfy modern woke needs, namely the idea that a black woman can never be a villain. Now, how much more interesting would the story have been had Reva been killed off after being stabbed and left an ambitious member of the Empire who flew too close to the sun? Instead, she got a ludicrous, completely telegraphed redemption arc that made absolutely no sense and actually killed off all the show's complexity. Then there's how Disney chose to handle its legacy male characters. She-Hulk was a terrible show without even addressing that angle. Yet it was made worse by the fact that it was used as a vehicle to completely neuter the real Hulk, turning him into a whiny moron constantly bested by the superior intellect and control of She-Hulk. Meanwhile, Thor, who had already been made a mockery of in previous years, was good and fully destroyed as a viable character. Now, please don't click away because you haven't seen any of these shows. I sure as hell haven't either. This is an article after all. But that's not really the point now, is it? Over and over again, Disney has chosen to demean and mock male characters, even those who once headlined their most popular properties. We are talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in profit over these male caricatures. So why the hell is it so necessary to empower these female leads? Why did Luke Skywalker need to be turned into a depressed, cowardly recluse and Han Solo into a selfish, deadbeat dad to make Disney's new female lead in Star Wars viable? I mean, never mind that those characters made no sense given who those characters were in their original roles. The point is that it's not just about who the characters are in regards to demographics. It's about how those characters are written and how Disney's executives choose to prioritize woke adaptations over good storytelling. Now further, past character critique. The fact that Disney has a not-so-secret gay agenda and used 2022 to push woke LGBT ideology in multiple kids' movies obviously gave a lot of parents pause. I can speak from personal experience on that front. Now, go woke, go broke is an overused, tired-ass cliche in many, many ways, but it applies perfectly to Disney's current path. They continue to double down on stupid when the results are staring them dead in the face. Now, will they learn any lessons? I wouldn't count on it, given who is currently running this shit show into the ground. You know, I'm wondering if their next little trick will be to publicly shame male NBA players in hopes of people changing the channel and watching the WNBA for once. You know, I imagine LeBron James might actually enjoy that. Anyways, most of this came by way of redstate.com. If you liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment down below. There's a PayPal link in the description box, so please put $1 in the bucket on the way out the door. I'd like to thank everyone for all your donations. They're much needed and much appreciated. Now, with all that being said, we'll see you next time.
Come on, move. Move. Easy, easy.